Ladies and gentlemen, the organising committee of Sydney 2019 World Shooting Parasport Championships welcomes you once again to the Sydney International Shooting Centre. My name is Shaq and this is the event for the VIP Mixed 10 metre Air Rifle Prone SHVI.
Welcome to the World Shooting Parasport Championships Sydney 2019. It's day 4 and it is the VIP, the Mixed 10 metre Air Rifle Prone SHVI final coming up from the Sydney International Shooting Centre. My name is Jamie and I am joined by an Australian rifle Paralympic shooting legend. I'm going to keep on going, keep on bigging you up. You're welcome, Libby Kushmala. Thank you for joining me.
It's been delighted. I'm very pleased to be here.
I'm so pleased to have you here, and I'm just going to back up the legendary status I gave you. You competed at 12 consecutive Paralympics, that's right?
That's right, yes.
And you also did quite well at pretty
Some
much all of them. Yeah, I think a lot of them. You got 9 gold medals.
That's right.
2 silvers. And also a bronze, but that was in a different sport, which
swimming.
Swimming, yeah. We'll talk more about that later because we have 8 other athletes out here now who are looking to maybe one day match your haul of medals. And we have 8 in total. Our announcer Shaq is currently introducing them to the audience here in Sydney, but I will introduce them to you at home, wherever you are right now. So on firing point A, we have an athlete from Austria. This is a mixed event. It's Patrick Moore. Then on firing point B from Finland, we have Timo Herman Nystrom. On firing point C from Poland is Krzysztof Ruszkiewicz. And on D, representing Great Britain, is Michael Wapples. On E, we've got Jason Pepper of the United States of America. And on to F is Daniel Voller of Norway. A second American athlete in this final is on G, and that's Jim Sadecki. And then finally on firing point H, representing Poland, so there's also 2 Polish athletes in this final, is Katarina Ojejczowska. So there's the 8 athletes taking part. It is a visually impaired final event. And it's also quite a new event in terms of World Championships. In fact, this is the first World Championships this event has taken place at.
I believe so, yes. So it's very exciting to have them here shooting in
Australia. It's a moment in history. Somebody could be the first world champion in this discipline, essentially.
Exactly, yes.
It has taken place at one World Cup, at least one World Cup, this year in Croatia. And some of these athletes out there that you can see on your screen now, they did compete at that World Cup, made it into the final, and also left with some medals. So Patrick Moore on A, he made it into the final, finishing 7th. And Jason Pepper as well, he took 8th place in that final. So those 2 will be looking to better those positions here today. Jim Sadecki came 4th, and we have some of the medalists from that final here as well. So these are the pretty much only international event medals from this event that have been available, and we have the owners of those medals in our presence here today. So Ojejczowska of Poland took the bronze, the silver went to Wapples of Great Britain, and the gold went to Daniel Voller of Norway. So there's a little bit of experience out there, but as much as is possible, really, because it's such a new event, new discipline.
That's right, yes. It's just amazing that they, really can't see what's going on, and yet they can shoot really good scores. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we're expecting to see some high scores here today, and there are different levels of visual impairment out there between our athletes. And if you're new to this, the way that they maintain the accuracy to shoot these hopefully high scores is through a sound frequency. So each athlete has a headset or an earpiece that's linked to a sound, and the closer they get to the 10, the sound increases, doesn't it? And that's how they get.
That's right. And then when they're actually on the 10, holding that rifle, that very, very, very still, holding the rifle on the 10, there's another different sound again.
Right.
I don't think it increases, goes slightly to slightly different sound. But it's very hard to maintain the hold on that tiny white dot.
I'm sure I made it almost sound easy, didn't I? But you've just sort of pulled me back,
no,
and it's not easy,
It's
is it?
not easy. It's amazing. And as you can see here, there, you've got to squeeze that trigger so gently and so carefully. Yeah.
And that's a camera on top of the rifle, isn't it? I was told. It's a camera that's sort of taking high-speed, high-quality pictures of the target. It's then sending the information to the headset for the frequencies.
Ah, right. Yes, yes,
I
maybe.
think that's the camera, yeah. I think, I mean,
But
I might have just invented something there, but
no, I think you're right. And I
told
think
before the final.
some athletes are totally blind.
Yes.
But the majority of them have a little sight, and that's why they have a camera as well.
And we do have 2 series of 5 shots followed by single shots, and after shot 12 the first elimination will take place, and after every 2 single shots another elimination will take place until we get to the gold medal. So we are in that first series of 5 shots at the moment.
It's amazing how well they can shoot. I've seen very little of this sort of competition, and in my 36 years of competition, it's really, really exciting to see at the World Championships, to see people with visual impairment actually shooting.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
It is. It's inspiring. They are really disabled. I don't consider myself disabled compared with a person who has lost their sight, or very, very little sight.
I mean, if you don't know of this discipline, it would be quite easy to assume that if you did have a visual impairment, well, this is not a sport for you. But these guys are proving that it absolutely can be.
Can be, yeah. And it's something that, unfortunately, we've got to see in Australia in the future. I know that there is an athlete that lives in Queensland who is partially blind, and he should be shooting, but unfortunately he hasn't got the equipment to do it yet. So hopefully next time we have world competition here, or even good top shooters here. We've got blind shooting too.
Well, we've had our first series of 5 shots, and leading the way in these early stages is Jim Sadecki of the United States of America with a total of 50.8. That's 0.6 more than Ruzkiewicz on second position, he of Poland. In 8th place, the danger zone is Warples, who scored 42.8 in that series. He's 3.7 behind his closest rival, which is OJ Chowska of Poland. But it's early days, another series now of 5 shots.
Another 5 shots to go, yes.
So if you're in Warple's position right now, there's a little bit of a difference between himself and the safety of 7th, because obviously 8th is the first elimination. How would you be? You're a coach now. You're involved with coaching. What would you say to Warples out there with the position he's in?
Just concentrate on what you've got to do, and forget about everyone around you, and forget about the scores, because that's your mind goes to score rather than what you have to do. So you forget about the score. You forget about people around you. You just concentrate on your particular shot, and squeeze that trigger so gently, and make sure you hear the sound. And that's when you squeeze the trigger, because I haven't even tried shooting like this. I'd love to have a go one day. They could blindfold me and then give me a headset. Give me a headset and a rifle, and have a look. It would be fascinating.
So we mentioned your many victories at the Paralympic Games, 9 golds, 2 silvers, coming from shooting sport. But you also took part in swimming as well. You won a
when I
bronze medal.
started the Paralympic Games in 1972, and they were held in Germany, in Heidelberg, not even the same city where they held the Olympics, which was Munich in 1972. I did athletics and swimming and no shooting. Shooting wasn't really in for the disabled at that stage, and it was 1976 that I got my first gold medal.
So even though you weren't able to shoot at Paralympics, presumably you were shooting at home in Australia, domestically?
No, not in 72.
Okay.
No.
So when did shooting come into your life?
About 74.
Right.
74, 75. In fact, I was secretary to the Wheelchair Sports Association in South Australia, where I come from, and the president and I were invited to go to a rifle range and have a go with the able-bodied shooters, and they gave us a rifle. They said, there's the target 20 metres away, just shoot the little black dot in the middle. And I said, oh, well, where's the trigger? I didn't even know how to hold the rifle, let alone load it or anything. So they loaded the rifle and they showed me where the trigger was. And I squeezed the trigger and it went straight through the middle.
And it turned out quite well for you, didn't it, after that?
Yes.
So let's take a look at the scores again here in the VIP Mixed 10 metre Air Rifle Prone SHV1 event, because we've had our 2 series of 5 shots, so really now we're entering the business end of the competition, and Wapples' job has got a lot tougher now. The difference between himself and 7th place is 7.1. It is Daniel Voller of Norway leading the way. He's got a 1.1 lead over Sadecki, who drops down into 2nd place. There's some slim differences between our athletes in the middle section of the table, although there is 2.1 actually between Pepper in 5th and Nystrom in 4th. But Wapples, he's got 2 shots to try and get into that 7th position, currently 7.1 away from it. Do you think it's doable with 2 shots?
It'll be difficult.
But not impossible.
Not impossible, no. Anything can happen.
It can, but he's going to have to shoot very high, and whilst I'm sure not get mentally distracted, as you said, by others' scores, but he's going to have to hope that others shoot low. So we're into single shots now.
Yes.
Shot 11 coming up, and after shot 12, 8th place will be decided, and that will continue with eliminations after every 2 single shots until we reach the gold medal. If we end up with a tie-break situation, then the athletes involved in that tie will fire additional tie-breaking single shots until the tie has been broken, which from a spectator's point of view, and I have to say from a commentator's point of view, that's, you know, the sport at its most exciting, but for the athletes down there, it's
frustrating.
I imagine, yeah, it's tense.
It is. Yeah.
But
and now they can see the target. You see, the target looks a long way away, but it's really only 10 metres away. But it, you know, it does look like a. I often explain to people that the little dot on the thing looks like a small 10-cent piece.
Well, Wapples has managed to close the difference between himself and 7th a little bit. It's now 6.7. We've got a tie in 3rd spot with Nystrom and Ruszkiewicz of Poland, but Wapples, he's got a lot of work to do with this final shot. It's almost mission impossible, isn't it?
Yes,
6.7
almost,
to make up with 1 shot, but let's see how he can do. And it is still Vala of Norway leading the way. 2.9 ahead of Sadecki in 2nd.
It's good to see the targets all across the bottom like that, isn't it?
It is, very
Yes.
good. 10.8 for Nystrom there, and also for Sadecki. Wapples with a 9.7, so that's not going to do him any favours, although it was actually higher than Orjeszowska's score, but still 5.8 between the 2 athletes, so it will be of Great Britain. Michael Wapples leaving the competition first in 8th place, silver medalist from the World Cup in Croatia this year, and he finishes on a total of 106.4. And this is really now, we move up the gears, don't we? The speed increases,
Yes,
there's less
right.
athletes, and every 2 single shots, another one will leave the competition.
That's right, exactly.
So how are you finding the transition from competing yourself into coaching? Because you're coaching young, able-bodied athletes now.
That's right, in Adelaide. Well, I'm sort of missing the shooting here. I have to be honest with you. Sometimes wish I was down there on the line shooting with some of those other shooters. But then I think, no, I really have had my wonderful, wonderful experience. And
So you're not
you know.
going to give Tokyo a go then?
Oh no. I think it's a lot of work, and it's very time consuming. And I'm really enjoying my garden at home, and
Yeah.
I've got 3 grandchildren and a good husband. So, and you know, we can tour around, like coming from Adelaide to here for to see all the shooting.
Sure.
It's a long drive, you know, about 17, 18 hours.
It's quite long, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. That class is as long in my book. Okay, so this is shot 13. The highest scores were 10.6s, 3 of them for Moore, and the 2 athletes from Poland, Ruszkiewicz and Ojejczowska, who is in the danger zone of 7th place, 1.6 behind Patrick Moore of Austria. So that's the difference that he'll have to achieve or make up to force a shoot-off, or if he can better that, then remain in the competition. And there's no change at the top in terms of who's leading the way. It's still Daniel Voller of Norway, 2.1 over Nystrom. Sadecki's now in 3rd spot. So
this is a good picture, isn't it? So you can really see what's going on.
yes, yeah, it's a nice shot.
She keeps that rifle so still. It's just amazing.
She does, and she's got to hit high here. She hits a 10, which won't be enough to keep her in the competition.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
She did hit higher than Moore, who hit a 9.8, but that 10 for Katarina Ojejczowska won't be enough to keep her in the competition, so she does leave on 132.8. She did take the bronze medal, actually, in the World Cup in Croatia this year. 7th place here at these World Championships, the first World Championships for this event. And the eliminations keep on coming.
Yeah.
Keep on coming. We're 2 shots away from 6th place being decided. Patrick Moore of Austria in that position. He's trailing Jason Pepper by 1.5. And it's still Voller at the top. The lead now is 1.4 over Nystrom. Sadecki's dropped into 4th place, meaning that Ruszkiewicz of Poland has jumped up into 3rd. Jason Pepper of the USA is in 5th, 2.4 behind 4th, and a little bit of a
Now they're
safety
loading.
between himself and 6th of 1.5. Yes, loading's happening.
Ah. They have so many, 30 seconds, I think, or 50 seconds to shoot the shot, I think.
30 seconds.
30
yeah.
seconds to shoot the shot.
It sounds like a lot of time to someone who hasn't done it before, but you'll know it's not, is it?
It's not a lot of time, no.
Were you a fast shooter, or did you take your time?
I used to take about 17 to 18 seconds to shoot in a final like this, every shot.
We had a 10.8 for Sadecki there. That was the
That's a
highest
very
individual
good shot.
score. Really good. Of course, a 10.9 is as good as it gets. So next best thing there, 10.8. And Sadecki is in 3rd spot, 1.8 behind Nystrom. The lead's gone down at the top for Voller. It's now 0.6, but we've got to take a look at 6th place because Patrick Moore is in that danger zone. The next shot will decide who leaves next. He's got 1.1 to make up on Jason Pepper. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Libby?
That's going to be hard. There's only 2 shots to make up that one shot.
One shot to make up it, yeah.
Oh.
But, as you said before, it's not impossible, and you never know.
You
You
never
never know. All Patrick Moore can do is focus on his own shot and not worry about anything else.
I wonder if that is Patrick Moore. I'm not sure. Right.
Yep, it is Patrick.
Come on, Patrick. Squeeze that trigger. Oh, he didn't squeeze it quite.
He got a 10.7. It was the highest score in that,
In that
single shot, but
Not
it's
quite
enough.
enough.
Not enough. He's still 0.5 behind Pepper, who fired a 10.1. So it will be Patrick Moore of Austria taking 6th place, and actually he's bettered the position he achieved at the World Cup in Croatia. He finished 7th
Oh,
in
good.
Croatia, so he's bettered
So
that
he's-
today at the World Championships.
Great.
So we now have 5 remaining, and it's still Voller leading the way. It's gone up his lead ever so slightly.
This is the Norwegian, Vala, the Norwegian.
It is, yeah. He's
Yeah.
0.7 ahead of Nystrom in 2nd place.
The Norwegian team, they are very strong in this visually impaired shooting. They've got a number of athletes, so it's great to see.
It is good to see. Well, he's been leading the final for
Right
since
from
the early
start.
stages, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, he's been going very well, and he's just hit a 10.1. Sadecki a 9.7. Has been a 10.7 for Nystrom. Pepper with a 10.5, who's got his work cut out to stay in this competition, because in one shot time, 5th place will be decided. Jason Pepper is 3.1 behind his compatriot, his teammate, Jim Sadecki. So it's USA versus USA in this next shot, isn't it?
Yes.
But 3.1 is a big difference with one shot.
Still has the advantage, but now only by 0.1.
So the lead at the top, we should mention, it is still Vala there, but it's gone down 0.1. So Nystrom is really breathing down his neck now.
That's Norway against Finland. Oh,
Yeah,
I
we've
bet
got
they're
two little
good
battles
mates.
there, but we shouldn't rule out Poland, Ruszkiewicz,
No.
who's 2.3 behind second place. Sadecki's only 0.5 behind the Pole in third, so could be a battle there. But the focus is on Jason Pepper, who's got a mammoth task, 3.1 away from his closest rival. Fires a 10.2. Waiting on Sadecki, who hits a 10. So Sadecki is fine. Sadecki's staying in this competition. So Jason Pepper brought the difference down to 2.6, but finishes on a total of 176.1. There is Jason
There
Pepper.
he is. Well done, Jason.
He did shoot well. And 5th place at the World Championships, that's an achievement.
That's right, exactly.
And his debut World Championships for this event. So we're going to witness the first World Champion for this VIP Mixed 10 meter air rifle prone SHV1 event. And Daniel Vala has managed to nudge just a little bit away, further away from Nystrom. It was 0.1 the difference between the two finalists, but it's now 0.2. 3 behind is Jim Sadecki in 3rd spot, and just 0.3 behind in 4th place. We're edging closer to those medal positions now. It is Ruszkiewicz, who's got 2 shots to make up. A fairly small difference, 0.3.
0.3, that's really, it's only, yes, that's amazing.
So this could be very interesting indeed. Oh, a low score for Vala of a 9.8.
Stop.
Whilst Nystrom does a 10.3, so we have a new leader on our hands, Libby. It is now Nystrom of
From
Finland.
Finland.
0.3 lead over Vala. So Vala finding himself in new territory, if you like. He's been leading the way for so long, and now in 2nd place.
2nd place.
But let's take a look at 4th place, because it is still Ruszkiewicz there. The difference is 1.1. We've seen that difference before having to be overturned, and it wasn't. Do you think Ruszkiewicz can do that? 1.1 with one shot? Well, let's find out. It's Jim Sadecki still in 3rd, 2.8 behind 2nd, but we're focusing on 4th place because that's the next elimination, and it's the awkward 4th place, isn't it? Because when I've spoken to athletes before, they say the 2 positions, whilst they're achievements in their own rights, the 2 positions you don't really want is 9th,
Ninth.
and 4th.
Yes, yes, exactly. 4th is missing out on the medals, and 9th is just not into the final. It's just missing. And sometimes you can miss it by just 0.2. You know, it can be such close scores.
Slim margins in this sport, And, you know, I said they're still achievements in their own right, because, of course, you could be 9th out of 50, out of 100, couldn't you, depending on the competition.
That's right. There's 53 pistol shooters on the line at the moment shooting.
So we have an exciting situation on our hands here, because it's just 0.1 again at the top, and Vala's moved up there, but 4th place has been decided.
Yeah, the
and
Polish.
It is, yes, Krzysztof Ruszkiewicz of Poland, who will take 4th position, finishing on a total of 197.4. He was just 0.3 behind Sadecki in 3rd spot, but now these 3 out there, they know they've got a medal.
That's right.
But I suppose it's important not to let that get you, make you become complacent.
No, because you want the gold. Everyone wants the gold. So yes, they'll. And it's sometimes they lose their concentration in this stage of the game, because they're just so happy that they've made the medals. But you know, if you're really a good athlete, you concentrate. Every shot's got to be the good shot.
Well, as things stand, it is Daniel Vala in that gold spot. Briefly flirted with 2nd place, but he's back up in top, but only 0.1 ahead of Nystrom. Sadecki is 4.2 behind the Finn. And he hits a 10.7, so that goes down to 3.4, but still a lot of work. Probably too much work to do with one shot.
I think so.
For Jim Sadecki of the USA.
So Jim Sadecki of the USA, who came fourth at that World Cup in Croatia we've been talking about, so he is getting his first medal in this event. Looks like it will be the bronze. And at the top, it is Nystrom back there again.
Yes.
So they're having a right old battle now, those two. 0.4 separating them, Vala and Nystrom. So I think we're going to have an interesting end to this final.
It's a fantastic. The Norway and the Finland guys.
Yeah.
They're loading, putting the little tiny shot in. Just see how they keep the rifle so still.
Yeah,
You
really
know,
still. It's
The
amazing.
fact that they can't see what they're doing, it's just amazing that they can even shoot. It really is.
With an 8.5 for Vala. The highest scorer was Sadecki with a 10.4, but he's still 1.5 shy of Vala in second. So it will be Jim Sadecki of the United States of America taking the bronze medal in this final, his first medal in this event. And he finished on a total of 218.8.
Well done.
And look at this, Nystrom has extended the lead over Vala to 2.1. So Vala, he's been leading this final for so long, found himself in second, got back into top.
And
Such a
now,
slim difference between the two. Now there's a bit of breathing space between them.
yeah. There's only 2 shots to go. So that's, yeah.
There is only 2 shots to go, and it's 2.1 separating them, but Vala has been consistent. He's had a few wobbles of late, but generally he's been consistently high throughout this final, so you wouldn't rule him out, would you?
Oh, no. No.
But it is Timo Herman Nystrom up against Daniel Vala. Vala, who took gold in Croatia at the World Cup. Nystrom will get his first medal in this event. But which one will it be?
Yes.
That's a disappointing 9.4 for Vala and a 10.4 for Nystrom. So he is edging closer to that gold medal.
Yeah.
Well, these last 2 shots
3.1 separating the two athletes on your screen.
10.4 against a 9.4 from the Norwegian.
9.4, it's not the shot that Vala needed.
Here is the final shot.
He's got one shot now to overturn a 3.1 difference, or Timo Herman Nystrom will be taking the gold medal away from this final.
I think so.
It's a big difference.
It's good pictures, isn't it? Good
Great pictures, yes.
so they can
Well done, the picture creators.
Yes, it's fantastic. Fantastic pictures.
There's the
Come on, Dan.
steadiness we're seeing again that you talked about, Libby, the calmness from both shooters.
Yep.
Stop.
And Nystrom hits a 9.5.
And
It's low, but it's enough.
There
It's
it is.
enough. It's enough not only to clinch the gold medal with a total of 242.3, but also the world record. And doesn't he look quite
Happy
pleased
for-
about it?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It really is. So that is Timo Herman Nystrom of Finland. He's not only picked up his first medal in this event, he is the first world champion in this event, and he set a world record, 242.3. But we should mention, Libby, as well Daniel Vala of Norway, because he shot really well throughout this final.
That's right. Right through. Yeah.
And he might feel disappointed to take the silver because he was leading for so long. Do you think perhaps the concentration just went as the final went on?
I think so, yeah. And you don't know. He might have got very hot, or something might have happened that we don't know about. It's only when they interview him afterwards that they might be able to work out. Or just lost your concentration, and that does happen.
It does happen because when you look at this sport, the athletes look so calm and so focused. You don't really appreciate how mentally and physically grueling it is.
That's right. It is very, very tiring. Even as I'm coaching young people, when they finish shooting 10 shots, they're exhausted.
Yeah.
So it's mentally very draining.
Well, Jim Sadecki of the United States of America took the bronze medal. There are our 3 medalists on camera. Our announcer Shaq introducing them to the audience.
Yes, it's the gold in the middle and the bronze on the left, is that right?
Norway,
Bronze is on the right. That's Jim Sadecki on the right, yeah.
And then and the silver on the left.
You've been there a few times, haven't you?
Oh, I have, yes. That's right.
And this is the wonderful voice of Libby Kosmala that you're hearing. She is a Paralympic legend, it's fair to say, with 9 gold medals, 2 silvers, and also, that came from shooting sport, also a bronze from swimming as well. So Libby, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
No, you are welcome. Thank you very much. And thank you at home for tuning in for this event, this final, but it's not over yet. We will be back with the P4 50-meter pistol final, and that's going to start here local time around about 3:30 p.m. So do come back for that final. I'm sure it will be another great one. But for now, from Sydney, it's goodbye.
This final
Goodbye.
will be in 10 minutes' time. The victory ceremony for this final will be in 10 minutes' time, so don't leave your seats and stay right there.